You will fulfill your lot. I'd like to start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. As you heard the title, you will fulfill your lot. And this title comes to inspiration of a video I'm watching right now. Elder Pastor is premiering right now. And he is doing a lesson, what is a prophet? He's going all into the word prophet, different precepts. And one thing he was speaking about the real prophets, the false prophets. And one thing he spoke about in that lesson, of course, the prophets won't take any breaks, as Isaiah 62, verse 6 and 7. And he also spoke about reincarnation, pretty much dealing with Mozart and Beethoven, being what he believes and we believe also today to be major artists today, musicians such as Prince and Stevie Wonder. And pretty much it got my gears turning, because he said they were made, or they were created to make music. And that is true, because that is their lot. So you will fulfill your lot. If you were a prophet back then, you will do what a prophet is supposed to do, because it's embedded in your spirit. If you are a musician, you will do what musicians did. If you are anything, a builder, whatever, administration, whatever, you've been doing in your past lives, you will come back in this time and do it. And there are certain things that individuals do that they were never trained for. Now, how could that be explained? Well, it's a gift from above, and it was already in them from the beginning. And when we go into the word education is misused, because they're making it seem like education is something you can go and receive. The word education, when you go down to the etymology of it, which goes back to the Latin educare, means to draw out. So how can you draw out something that was never there? That's just like the ministry of reconciliation. You can't reconcile somebody that was never there. So just based on the definition of the true word of education, to draw out, when were these things put in an individual if they were born that way? Well, the answer to that is in the reincarnation. Now, the problem is with reincarnation is that there is no remembrance of these things, as it tells us in Ecclesiastes, the first chapter, that there's no remembrance of former things. Why? Because as part of that remembrance, the Lord stripped from us so that we wouldn't know in these times. Because imagine knowing you were one of those great prophets in the past, and there was nothing there to restrain you from knowing that. Then pride said it. Oh, I don't got to do the work. I'm a prophet already. I'm so-and-so. I'm such and such. So I could just go and chill out somewhere. I'm going to be saved anyway. You would take that attitude, in most cases. Now, in the case of being stripped of the memory of that, we go all the way up until John the Baptist, who was asked if he was Elijah the prophet. And he said no, even though he was Elijah the prophet. And Yahushua himself said that he was Elijah the prophet, But why did he say he wasn't Elijah the prophet? Because he had no remembrance, because that part of his memory from a past life was stripped from him. But the part of him being a prophet was not stripped from him. That's why he was prophesying. And what was he doing? He was preaching repentance. And he was also cursing out those wicked Pharisees and Sadducees, the ones that were wicked, and cursing them out, telling them, who has warned you, to flee from the evils to come, or something along those lines. So that shows you that he was a prophet in the past, but he just didn't know that he was a prophet. This is why in Peter's and other precepts, Salakia, drinking this tea, this lung detox tea. And pretty much, he was, I just lost my train of thought, but he was asked if he was John the Baptist, although Yahushua said he was. He just didn't remember, that he was John the Baptist. Just like the prophets coming back today, they don't remember who they were in the past, but it's something in them that causes them to, to do the work of a prophet. Why? It's the inspiration that comes from above, and also in their spirit, they were already created to be a prophet. That's why they don't really fit in. And this is why the Apostle Peter, now my thoughts are coming back. The Apostle Peter and others, Baruch and others, were saying that they would be stirring up your pure minds by way of remembrance. All right. Now, what does the word remembrance mean? When you look at the word remembrance, it's a compound word. Re, meaning back, and member goes back to the word memory. So to remember something is to be brought back to another memory, or to a memory from the past, and this is what's happening now. That's why people out here have what's called deja vu. Now, what is deja vu? Deja vu is a French word, deja, already, and vu, seen, where you get the word view. So deja vu, already seen. And that's what it means. And that's why you have those deja vu moments where you felt like you've been someplace, or someone, and when this truth was presented to us, it put our minds at ease, because we were uneasy in the world, because we knew that there was something more, something better, a higher calling, so to speak. But we just couldn't wrap our minds around it, and we felt destitute, alone. We felt like there was a part of our life that was really missing. And the Lord would put people in our lives, to sort of, either give certain experiences or lead us back to Him. All right. And then that way the Lord uses other men to spark your mind to something that you already knew in the past. That's why Yahushua said other men have labored and you have entered into their labors. So whoever is a prophet will fulfill their lot as a prophet. And as the elder Pastor R mentioned in that lesson, he said the prophets don't take no breaks. He said that's a lesson for somebody. I was going to jump on that, but Spirit is on me to do this. You will fulfill your lot, because that is the truth. At the end of the day, whoever is in a lot that doesn't belong, the Lord's going to remove them. Whoever's in a lot that let's say they're in the wrong lot in the world, the Lord is going to remove them from that lot and bring them into either being a prophet or being one of the ones that are going to be saved, at the end. So you will fulfill your lot, no matter who it be out there, and you have those that play prophet and you have those that are prophets, and we're going to see, what's going to take place, because the Lord is going to make it plain. He said, then shall be known who are my chosen. Why? Because He's going to make sure that the world knows who His prophets are, because the prophets would be, exalting the names of Yahushua, and teaching the prophecies that are in the scriptures and defending the gospel, not defending their ego or whatever other agenda they got going on, but defending, the Lord and His gospel. That's what we said, for the defense of the ministry, or the defense of the gospel. All right. And that gospel is the ministry of reconciliation, which is the Lord redeeming the nation of Israel back to Him. In these times, the elect, but overall, the whole nation will be saved in the kingdom. And that is the great mystery. And that is what the prophets are teaching. And they're also teaching about the downfall of this empire that is ruling today, known as America, but biblically known as Babylon the Great. You know? So if you're not in that mindset of, as they say, chanting down Babylon, then you're not a prophet. You know, if you got your own agenda, you're, looking to establish your own righteousness, trying to get, building, here it is, America's collapsing, falling apart, and you still trying to build, a dream world, when the Lord is about to give us the kingdom. He's about to give us the kingdom, and here it is, you're wasting, your time and resources and money, which in most cases it's all bullshit, because it's that whole building fund, that these churches have put out, and even some Israelites have mentioned, just to make money off of the people. When the Lord said, here we have no continuing city, there remaineth a rest for the children of the Lord, for the people of the Lord. It also says, depart from her, because this place is polluted, and you will be polluted if you try to assimilate yourself into this world. Using the world is not abusing it. It does not mean being a partaker of the world, because the whole world lieth in wickedness. And as prophets, we're supposed to, if we are prophets, we're supposed to prophesy against this place to fall down, so that the Lord can bring the destruction and bring forth the everlasting kingdom of Yahushai / Yasha'Allah. All right? So you will fulfill your lot, whatever it is. This is why you have, like for instance, musicians. Some of them are born with a talent, and that talent becomes greater as they use it. Some people, they go to school to learn, about music. Some people, it's already embedded in them, It's just that certain things have to be drawn out of them, because it's already in them, because in their past lives they were musicians, they were poets, they were singers, so on and so forth, So you will fulfill your lot, bottom line. And I just wanted to say a few words on that. The Spirit was on me to say it, so I wanted to commit it to a video. And with that, I pray that you brothers and few sisters have been edified. And by the way, what I got on my head is open at the top. It really goes around your neck, but I had it up top of my head because I had to take my hat off, for this lesson. Unlike them other clowns out there, they like wearing baseball caps and covering their heads. We're not going to do that. All right, shalom.